Welcome to the Badass Babe Oracle podcast. The vibe here is how to manifest in a simple and fun way without the bullshit, overcomplicated methods or fluff, the energetics of activating your abundance frequency and soul purpose alignment. I'm your host, Kelly Pender, your spiritual manifestation coach, and together we're going to uncover the truth of who the fuck you are to open yourself the F up to actually receiving the abundance, success, and money to easily flow into your life or business. All of your desires begin with you. You are the oracle. I'll see you inside. Hello, my love. Welcome back to another episode of the Badass Babe Oracle podcast. I'm really excited for this episode because inside the Badass Babe community, each month I drop a higher self alignment code drop. And it's released on the day of the new moon. And it's like a private podcast for you, for your higher self to align into who the fuck you are and who you came here to be, where you get to expand your life, your career, your business in a way that feels so true, so alive, and so active within you, where abundance just inevitably flows in. So this month's was super powerful, and I decided to share it on the podcast because I know that so many of us experience fear, myself included. And it's very easy for the energy, the frequency, the feeling of fear to have power over us, to feel controlled by fear. And the message that came through in this higher self alignment code drop around fear and the truth behind it and how you can actually utilize it to move forward was so fucking potent, magical, and juicy that I wanted to share it with you on the podcast so you can feel into, so you can get a little taste of what goes on inside my containers. And so before we dive in with the truth behind fear, Solar Eclipse edition, so you can move forward, abundantly aligned in your life and or business, have you seen the new 3-day challenge? It's called F Logic Let's Quantum Manifest. I am so effing excited about this. And this is a conversation I've been having with so many of you in my DMs. I've been talking about this with my students and clients, and you know you're meant for more. You know that. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening to this podcast. And you've been feeling yourself activated in the abundance frequency. You've either been inside magnetic, where I guided you through how to find your unique abundance frequency, or you just know that you're in the abundance frequency. You know how to dabble in the quantum realm, or you've been pulled in that direction. And then all of a sudden you look at your external circumstances and bam, unplug, landing right back in logic, right back in Newtonian physics, which is where 98% of people operate out of. This is what's known. This is what's familiar to you. However, you did not come here to be like everyone else, and you're actually really fucking tired of comparison and comparing yourself to others because you don't even want to be like anyone else. You came here to create more abundance, freedom, fun, and fuck yes. And so inside this challenge, we are breaking old paradigms and disrupting patterns that do not serve us and have kept us small. We're breaking all rules to go after what we desire, and we're going to allow ourselves to fucking have it. So my love, fuck logic, let's quantum manifest. This is my new free 3-day challenge, and you're going to shift out of what is known to you, how you were conditioned to receive, and crack yourself the fuck open to unlock unlimited resources, abundance, and possibilities that you didn't even know existed. You didn't even know were available to you. We're going to access it all inside this challenge. So you can hop to the link in the show notes to register for this free challenge, or you can DM me on Instagram, FLogic, which, by the way, those who have been DMing me, FLogic, I love you. This is so fun. It's fun to say that and claim that, because even saying to me and to out loud to the universe, FLogic, you're already shifting into the quantum. You're already allowing yourself and giving yourself permission to shift. So I am so excited to lead you through this, guide you through this, shifting out of Newtonian physics into quantum physics, into all of the possibilities, unlimited abundance, limitless money, limitless fucking wealth, love, prosperity, joy, fun, fuck yes, available to you. Let's fucking do it. Let's go. Again, you can DM me FLogic and I'll add you inside the challenge, or you can head to the link in the show notes and sign up. We will be starting soon. I am so freaking excited. And without further ado, let's dive into the truth behind fear, Solar Eclipse edition. what I want to share with you, what's coming through for me, is there is this intense energy of purging. And so you may feel, like I said in the beginning, uncomfortable. You may feel really excited, like, oh my God, something's coming. I don't know what. I feel excited. You may feel angry. You may feel bitter. You may feel resentful. You may feel all your effing feelings. So with a purge, know that it can feel exhausting. It can feel really, really tiring. And so what I mean by that, think of like an energetic purge. You're energetically releasing an old way of being that's keeping you tied to the past. And so I know you can't see my hands, but I want you to think of when you're tied to the past, you're almost like chained to the past or like tethered to the past, right? And so when we're trying to move forward, it's like you're running in place, but you're not getting anywhere because this energetic tether keeps taking you back to the past. It keeps taking you back to an old identity. It keeps taking you back to old habits, patterns, emotions that are keeping you safe in the past to what is known to you. And so this eclipse is literally illuminating all of the old ways of being, old habits, patterns, stories, beliefs, identities that have been keeping you small and that have been keeping you stuck. And so as you are becoming aware of the old, you're going to notice, and I kind of want you to think of fear as like this indicator where it's like, okay, I feel fear here. Why? Why am I feeling fear? And if you can just simply ask yourself why, you'll be able to see, oh, that fear is tied to this event that happened in the past where I'm still showing up as like, am I going to be judged? Is this okay? Are people going to think I'm weird? That's keeping me tied to the past. So when you feel that fear, use it as an indicator and get curious and ask why. When you uncover why is when you can start to be like, do I even believe this to be true for myself? Do I even desire to keep showing up in this way, to keep operating out of this way? No, I don't. Because the only reason why I kept showing up this way and operating this way, making decisions from this place was due to fear, because I was scared, because I didn't know it was on the other side. So when I can see that is when I can start to purge these old ways of being, right? So this message is, instead of seeing fear as like, I'm scared, I can't, see fear as it's there for a reason, and let me get curious and uncover why, so that I can cut the cords and energetically break free, so I can move forward, because I know deep down within my fucking soul that I desire to move forward. I know that I'm meant to move in a certain direction. I may not know exactly how or where I'm going to go, but I know that I'm being led by my desire. I'm being led by this sense of excitement, of creation, of whatever it may be, whatever vibrations are coming your way. I'm being led in a certain direction, and I'm going to allow myself to go there. So during this eclipse and new moon, either today or over the next 72 hours, can you carve out 5 minutes of alone time? You're uninterrupted, right? You can do this in bed, like sneak away, go in your car if you want. And I want you to pull out your journal and just write down, what is blocking me from where I desire to go? What is preventing me from where I desire to go? What is stopping me from my true manifestations? And just let what wants to come through. All right. And there may be a part of you that kind of wants to just like be done with an old way of being, where it can feel like a death, right? And I want you to honor that. And I invite you to pull in the energy of forgiveness. Because as we are letting old ways of being go or die, whatever word you want to use, whatever feels good for you, as we are purging, the energy of forgiveness is present there and active and alive there, because it's hard to release something from the past if we haven't forgiven ourselves for feeling those feelings. If we haven't forgiven ourselves for showing up, moving, being, creating from a past identity, right? And so you get to see that identity, you get to see that old story, old pattern, old behavior as thank you. You served me at some point. You protected me. You kept me safe at some point in my life. And now I'm ready to move forward. And in order to move forward, I get to forgive you, the identity, the pattern, the belief, the story, and I get to forgive myself. I get to forgive myself. When I forgive myself is when I can feel that frequency of peace, and that's when I can move forward. So once you complete that journaling is when you can move forward, right? And let what wants to come through. Like I said, with this eclipse, it's going to illuminate old ways of being. So set the intention that you're ready for these old stories, habits, patterns, beliefs to be seen, all of them. And you're ready to be totally and completely honest with yourself, all right? When you set that intention, it will come through, and that's when you can see this is where I've been showing up. This is where I've been moving. This is where I've been operating. I see that I'm holding space for it. I'm thanking it and I'm forgiving it so that I can cut that energetic tether and so that I can move free and I can move forward feeling free and expand into the direction that I'm meant to go, that my soul came here to live, right? And also with forgiveness, there's an energy of permission. Give yourself permission to let old ways of being die, to let old ways of being burn, to let old ways of being no longer have power and control over you. Okay, so that's what's coming through right now for our monthly higher self alignment code drop. As I'm talking, I'm feeling into the energy and I'm looking at what I journaled last night when I had some alone time to myself. And I wrote down all of my fears, all of what was still like keeping me tied to the past, what I was too afraid to let go of. And then I started to write down, I wrote down here, I was too afraid to let go of this. And I wasn't allowing myself to expand from this fear, from being afraid. And then I wrote down, and I'm going to share this with you because this is an energetic permission slip piece. I have expanded. I have grown. And I can't even read my handwriting. And I have stepped into and become who the fuck I am. It's time to show up as her, no longer as the one playing it small. Right? So it's time to show up as her. Let that absorb into your being, into your cells. It's time to show up as her. It's time to show up as her. You get to show up as her. You have already expanded. You have grown so much. You know who the fuck you are. It's time to show up as her. So feel into that. And as always, let me know what comes your way. After tuning into this month's higher self alignment code drop, happy eclipse, happy purging, happy new moon. The expansion is here. The growth is here. It is all here for you. You now get to take blinders off from past identities, past stories, past beliefs, and allow yourself to see all who you are and all who you are becoming. I love you so much, and I'll be talking to you soon. That was so much fun. Thank you so much for tuning into the episode. Be sure to tag me on Instagram at @the_badassbabe with your takeaways so I can celebrate you. And as my gift for you, please subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, and I'll send you my exclusive Awaken Abundance meditation. I'll see you in the next episode.